Hello, Nicole. How are you doing today?
Fantastic, Marybeth. Thanks for
Awesome.
having me.
Of course. Thank you for joining me. We are now in the middle of May. Can you believe how time flies? I think yesterday when we spoke, or 2 weeks ago, it was just the beginning of May, and now 2 weeks later, here we are.
Right. It flew by.
It
Flew
definitely
by.
flew by. So
Yes.
let's just dive into our Monday market update and for our mortgage update as well. So
Yeah.
let's dive into those numbers for the market. So what I've been seeing over the last couple of weeks, I've pulled some numbers since March 1st of all active and under contract units. So actually pending units as well for Denver, Lakewood, Littleton, Aurora, Arvada, and Westminster. And all that I'm seeing is that actually more units are going under contract versus active units on the market, which is very telling, which means the serious buyers are getting out there. So for Denver, we have 868 pending units right now versus 662 active units on the market. Lakewood, 175 pending under contract units versus 96 active units. Littleton, 213 versus 128 active units. Aurora, 483. So there's almost 500 pending contracts on properties in Aurora versus 322 active units. Arvada, as of today, 166 homes under contract versus 90 on the market. And Westminster, 107 properties under contract versus 63 units on the market. So these buyers not only are getting out there, they're putting these homes under contract. So, those buyers, like you said, we were talking before this call, they're very serious buyers, right?
Very serious. I mean, we have clients that are getting approved or doing a loan application, getting approved, going under contract in 24 hours.
Wow. Yeah,
Yes.
definitely. I have been definitely fielding my phone calls from clients, new clients, past clients, for people wanting to get out there, wanting to see, hey, what's available right now? Because this home, after 2 to 3 months in lockdown, is not working for me anymore. So I've put buyers under contract, renters that want to get out of their apartment building because they can't use the pool with this gorgeous weather outside. They can't use the communal area. So they're like, you know what? I need a house because I'm tired of being stuck in my own apartment. So, with that said, these buyers, like you said, they're calling you, they're getting pre-approved. So tell me what's been happening in the mortgage business in the last 2 weeks. I've heard there's some announcements about who can defer their mortgage for those people that have to, take advantage of that option, and maybe the repayment plan as well. So tell me what's going on.
I would love to give you an update because these are definitely moves in the right direction. Really quickly, I'll tell you though, all those buyers that are quickly getting under contract, those homes that are coming up that are literally getting scooped up immediately, those buyers are finding loan programs because a lot of people have been talking about the fact that it is harder to get a loan today. But we've got incredibly low interest rates, historically low interest rates. And our credit box, although smaller than it was, is still extremely viable. A lot of our clients are getting in and getting out without any issues. Obviously, there are some folks that have needed to either forbear on their current mortgages or weren't able to get in because they were furloughed from their job. I mean, you have people that were unemployed. Obviously, this is a very trying situation. So let's jump over to those folks that have been hit by some of the turbulence. Well, they just got a little bit of relief. So when the forbearance rules first came out as part of CARES Act, it was pretty much you can get on a forbearance. You don't have to prove that you were impacted by COVID at all. You can simply get on it and defer your payments until you get out of the forbearance period. Well, that created this whole ripple, which we won't go into again because we've been talking about that as it kind of started to unfold. Well, this last week, FHFA, which is the government oversight for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, released 2 changes. Now, these changes were not released for FHA, right? So I just want to make sure FHA, USDA, and VA have their own set of guidelines that they're going through modifications as well. But FHFA, for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac conventional financing, said 2 things. One, we're going to allow people to defer their mortgage payment after they've gone through the forbearance period, however long that is for them. Well, that was already there. It was written in the original guidelines that you could defer a mortgage payment, but the restriction was you could only defer up to 2 months. With this change, they said you could defer all 12 months. So now all of a sudden that opened it up quite a bit.
Yeah.
And everybody that's taking advantage of the current CARES Act forbearance, which allows for up to 12 months of forbearance, can defer that to the end. So that's a really good news because it doesn't mean your mortgage payment currently is going to go up. They also did a change with Shoot, I just had a mental block.
So
So
hey,
it was
it's a Monday. You know, we all have mental blocks on Mondays.
in the repayment plan. Wow,
Yes.
that just gone.
Yeah.
So they also did again, that was already there. What they did
Right.
was expanded it, right?
Okay.
So it was originally allowed for up to a 12-month repayment. So if you say you forbeared 3 months and your mortgage payment's $1,000 a month, that would be $3,000. A lot of people thought, oh my gosh, I have to pay the 4th month of mortgage plus all 3,000 at the same time. And that is obviously what the servicers want.
Mm-hmm.
They want you to reinstate, which is what that option is called. That's going to be their first go-to. But a lot of people aren't going to be able to do that. So if you're not going to defer, then you can repay. And you as the borrower don't get the full choice. It's a negotiation between you and your servicer. Mm-hmm. But if you do choose a repayment plan, it was 12 months. Now it's 36 months. Wow. That does include the period of time that you're in forbearance. So say you did a 3-month forbearance, you could do it for 33 months and so forth. But that makes a huge difference because if I don't have to do it over 12 months, I can extend it. That payment's going to get lower. I can keep up with that.
Absolutely.
So definitely good move.
Definitely good move, and definitely giving people more options as we learn how to cope with this COVID and cope with, you know, dealing with post-COVID mortgage payments and stuff like that, because still people, unfortunately, there are some people still losing their jobs, possibly getting furloughed, stuff like that. So what is coming up this week that we need to be aware of? Anything in the news in the mortgage business that people need to be aware of?
So we're keeping our fingers crossed, right? So there is another update that's expected to come out with the wait period, yet another nuance to this forbearance that we're all kind of figuring out after the fact. Right now, you cannot get a new mortgage for 12 months after you've cured your forbearance. Mm-hmm. Again, FHFA, so FHA, VA, and USDA are figuring out their own guideline changes, but the conventional loans are talking about an announcement tomorrow. We're all keeping our fingers crossed, our toes crossed, and we're really hopeful they could be reducing that to as much as 0 months or 3 months, depending on your scenario. More to come tomorrow, but I'm really looking forward to that because that will mean that those people that had to forbear because their households, their budgets were constrained by being furloughed, well, now they can look towards revamping their current financing and getting a lower payment, getting a lower interest rate, and really creating a financial wellness in their household where maybe they were going to get locked out of that for 12 months. So that's really good news, and we're hoping that that doesn't get delayed and it does come out tomorrow.
Absolutely. And for anyone who does want to follow up with you on what that announcement really is for tomorrow, any information, I will have your number down here below. And for anyone who wants to go look at homes, we still cannot do open houses at the time. So you will have to set a showing, a personal and private showing with no overlapping showings with any other agents. So give me a call. I'll have my phone number down there as well. Nicole, thank you so much for your update. I really appreciate it. I'm keeping my fingers crossed as well. Can't wait for that update.
Agreed.
Right. Have a good day.
All right. Bye-bye.